Can you name the seven? Can you name all seven? What are their names? Hi, Army. Today I'm going to be interviewing a nice young man named Atticus, who also happens to be my son. So, this is an interview. What's your name?
My name is Atticus.
And how old are you?
I am 24.
24. And do you know BTS?
Yes. More than I ever thought I would.
How did you first find out about BTS?
I think you'd like to believe I found out about BTS through you. But actually, in 2016, on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, somehow I ended up watching a couple different BTS videos. I think they were the American songs. But I remember liking the choreography and thinking that it was something that, while I'm a musician, I cannot dance. And so I was very impressed that they could do stuff that, I couldn't.
I thought you told me it was Saturday Night Live.
It was the Jimmy Fallon one.
Okay.
And I remember it correctly because I was really into Jimmy Fallon in 2018. And so I'd watch all those different videos that came out, and it wasn't really about the guests themselves. It was just about watching Jimmy Fallon's videos. Yeah. So
he is cool. Yeah. And he loves BTS. So there's like a ton of them, right? He's like very supportive of them. So are you a fan?
I feel like I've done enough to consider myself a fan, but that's a hard question to answer.
So I was going to say, do you consider yourself to be ARMY?
I consider myself to be more of a fan than ARMY because I feel like I'm not involved enough in the community, but I am involved in, going to the different concerts, and I watch their music videos sometimes, and you show me a lot of things and I listen to their music, but I don't really interact with the other fans. So
you like them, but you're not necessarily ARMY.
Part of ARMY. Exactly.
Your mom is ARMY, right?
ARMY through and through.
Really? What's it like having a BTS ARMY mom?
I don't even know how to begin to describe it, but I'll just say it's drawn everybody else in. My fiance, my brother, his girlfriend, the whole community is kind of pulled into it. It's like a vortex.
Is that a good thing? Is a vortex a good thing?
Yeah. It's a vortex of music and dancing, and it's all positive.
Is it embarrassing to have a mom who's into BTS?
No, because I think typically it's been you laughing at me for my interests. So it almost feels like one of us, that you're just pulled into something online. You're experiencing Discord, YouTube, all that sort of stuff that has been my realm for the last couple decades.
So I've been sort of giggling that you've been like into YouTube or like on your Discord server, and now I'm into YouTube on my Discord server, BTS Discord server.
So, it's not embarrassing, but it's like you're sort of going more into my world.
That's interesting. Yeah, because so as a mom, as a silver ARMY, as we say, I've talked to you about like all the technology that I've had to learn in order to keep up, right, with the guys and with the fandom. Yeah, so that's neat that you see that. And why do you think people connect to BTS?
I feel like a lot of the reason people connect to BTS more than a lot of other bands is because of how much they put themselves out there. That was the biggest difference I noticed looking over your shoulder while you're like watching different things on YouTube, is I've never seen that much behind the scenes content from any other celebrity. Yeah, they sort of, you can't quite tell who they are. They're sort of behind a screen until they release their music. Whereas for BTS, it could be weeks until I saw you watching an actual music video, and it would just be vlogs and talk shows and all that behind the scenes content.
Yeah, there's a lot of connection there, huh? What do you think your mom connects to BTS?
I think you connect to them on a fundamental level because you are a musician through and through, and you have always loved music. And I feel like you're relieved that, one, I sometimes worry that like music is too focused on money, and it can be purely they make songs only for the money of it and those kind of things. And so I think you're very relieved to at last find a group that's sort of the old-fashioned experience of like performing and interacting with people and that sort of thing, like a label and really having to be all-around performers and not merely just an image.
Yeah, that's a great answer. So in other words, you see my connection to the art of it. Yeah, that's true. I'm blown away by the art of it as a musician. Yeah, definitely.
Like they're like Michael Jackson, like something like that, which is an art form that's not as popular now.
Yeah, the whole full package.
The full package.
Yeah, great answer. I'm impressed with my son. But do you have any other family members or friends who are Army?
Being in university, I knew a bunch of people who were into BTS.
And you went to 2 colleges, right? So
yes. First, I went to one college in Canada.
Okay.
Then another one here in California.
Okay. And there were a lot of BTS fans there. Yeah,
my second program was in design. A lot of very artsy people are also into music. And so I've had a lot of friends. They're maybe not only into BTS, but there's Blackpink as well, and there's a bunch of other boy bands like EXO, and but K-pop is very popular in the university system. And then also my fiance, I think she really enjoys going to the different events. We've gone to see some of the BTS movies in theater a couple times, and she's always happy to tag along.
Yeah, she enjoys it. So is she into K-pop? Or have I pulled her?
You've pulled her in.
Okay.
Yeah. I think one of her favorite things isn't even the music, really. It's the community aspect. She loves giving the, what are they called? The little
freebies.
Giving the freebies, exactly. And one of her favorite memories, I think, from one of those events was when somebody asked her what her bias was, who her bias was, and she freaked out.
She was really cute.
She did not know how to answer that question.
Yeah, she was really cute. She just goes, I knew. Yeah. So I'll have to ask her. I'll have to interview her.
Get her on one of your,
yeah, find out who her bias is now. Do you have a bias in BTS?
I think slowly we've realized I do. At first, I would have said Suga because I think he's your bias, and so simply just through what's it called? Through exposure. But I always, whenever Jimin starts singing, I think he's the best singer. And then when he starts dancing, I think he's the best dancer. And I'm like, if I think both those things, then surely I must think he's the best.
I started to notice that, right? When we would go to see them in the theater and you would, like, Jimin's like, you always know Jimin's name and like, mention Jimin, I'm like, I'm thinking
he's recognizable.
His voice is unique.
Yeah. I think I look for people who are unique and talented. I feel like that's the combination that to me is like star quality.
Sweet. Because Jimin's my biggest wrecker, right?
Yeah.
And who is your wrecker? Who is your biggest wrecker?
Suga. Because I feel like his style, to me, his music style is the most unique. Like, maybe not his dancing or his singing, but the genre he chooses to produce when he's solo is really cool. And so some of my favorite songs from them, like some of my favorite solo songs are Suga's, not Jimin's.
Suga / August D, huh?
August D, exactly.
So what would you advise for someone who lives with a BTS fan, in other words, who lives with ARMY, who lives and breathes BTS? Like, what would you advise for somebody that lives with that person?
I can't go a day listening to one style of music. So I sort of have to like dip in multiple genres. And so a lot of the time I'll listen to like peaceful music and things like that. And then you'll play me some BTS music. If I listen to BTS on my own as well, I don't think I would listen to anything except BTS. So you have to sort of like make sure
have your own life.
Have your own life on the outside. If you start getting pulled in, then it'll consume everything.
That's funny. So your advice is to make sure that you
put boundaries up.
Music on purpose. Listen to other music. I'll get you, my friend. What is your favorite aspect of BTS?
My favorite aspect is their talent. I feel like I'm very non-judgmental when it comes to like performers and actors, a lot of entertainers, if I feel like I can't do what they do. And so I try to realistically assess that. There are some actors and some musicians that I'm like, I could be up on that stage and I could perform better than they can. Not with BTS. I cannot dance that well, sing while dancing, write that well. It's, and so I immediately respect that.
Great. Yeah. Yeah, because you're a musician.
Yes.
As well. Very talented. And so I can understand that. What is their cultural impact?
One of the interesting impacts that I think that they've had kind of accidentally is like when they were told to go into the army. I remember being angry, not even because I was a hardcore fan or anything like that, but I felt like their country should recognize that what they were doing was meaningful and that they weren't recognizing that. I think BTS handled it well by volunteering and willingly go, right. They did the right thing, but it brought up a really interesting societal debate on what the impact of different things are.
Right. Like are they already serving their country?
Are they already serving their country?
By
exactly.
So many people in, huge cultural debate. How do you feel about their success? Like they're massive, right?
Yeah.
We just went through the Hunger Games to get tour tickets, right?
Yeah.
Which we got.
I think their success is fascinating because like the thing that interested me in them in 2018 was the fact that they had to train and practice to be where they are. And it's like, it's a forgotten idea in at least the United States that to be famous and to be wealthy and all that you should actually prepare. And you should be at that level once you're ready to be public. And nowadays I think a lot of artists are just found through TikTok and people just quickly prop them up and you have to sort of capitalize on the quick fame and just get as many songs out about relationships as you can or some small niche. But they spent months, if not years, perfecting their dancing and creating songs before they ever tried to have fans. Yeah. And that takes a lot of dedication. It's got to be a frightening thing to not know if that will succeed and to still put in all that time. So I feel like to have it pay off with this many fans and it's worth it. Like,
it's great. And it's like the old school, like Motown, and they used to groom their artists.
Exactly.
And so I think, was it 3 years? I think, and somebody, might correct me in the comments. I think Yoongi and RM trained for like 3 years, or maybe it was 2. And then Jimin like a year, like as the shortest amount of time. And definitely, hundreds, if not thousands of K-pop groups debut.
Yeah.
Like
Suga with his accident, that takes sacrifice to hide something like that.
Yeah. To hide
knowing that he's gotta in the now work hard for it to pay off later. So when it has paid off, nothing but respect.
It's pretty gratifying. I think it's pretty gratifying for the fandom as well. Yeah. And what has, so I think you answered this a little bit, but what has your personal BTS journey been like?
Yeah, so my personal BTS journey did start in 2018, and then it was only 2 or 3 videos. I think I watched an interview and 2 of their performances on that show. And then they sort of faded from my For You page. And so I didn't follow along with anything that was going on, and I was just vaguely aware of them until you got involved. I don't remember exactly when that was. It was just after COVID, or it was during COVID?
No, it was just, COVID was still around, but it was early 2022. So right when they were just about to do their Permission to Dance shows.
Yeah, so it didn't come out of left field that you would find them interesting, because I already knew that they were an old-fashioned talent. But it was like suddenly the floodgates opened to memories, because it was just all these things that I hadn't seen in years coming back. And then definitely surpassing anything I'd ever known about them.
Yeah, I think that I showed you the on video, or I said, oh, when you get home from college, when you're going to come home soon, I need to show you. And I told you, it's this group BTS. And you said, yeah, those guys, like, they're super talented. Or you said something I didn't really quite get, that you knew specifically who they were. I thought you just meant like, oh yeah, these guys who train, they're really talented or something, but
I didn't know a single one of their names.
Yeah.
I couldn't pick them out in a lineup,
Mm-hmm.
but I'd heard of them,
Mm-hmm.
and so.
Which brings me to my next question. Can you name the seven? Can you name all seven? What are their names?
RM, Jimin, Suga, Jungkook, V.
Killing it, girl. Dancer, Mr. Sunshine.
I don't know why I'm blanking. This is not a good.
Jay.
Oh, J-Hope. That one I should have gotten.
You totally should have. J-Hope. He's actually the oldest.
This one is. He's the one I can never remember because I confuse. I think RM is the oldest.
Right, because you said, "Oh,
I think RM is most like me." It's embarrassing because I do know most of them. I'll admit, maybe one or two I don't know the names of.
It starts with the J. It almost makes sense. Because I feel like we've talked about Suga a lot. But
I can picture his face.
The oldest one.
I can picture his face, though.
You can picture his face.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you used to think that he was, when you're like, is he the leader? Or you thought, RM's the oldest.
Yeah.
Said, that guy's actually the oldest.
I never even thought he was the leader.
Yeah, that's right. You thought RM was the
I
oldest.
always thought RM was the oldest and the leader.
Mm-hmm. His two albums that he came out with are like, I listen to constantly. You almost got it. You almost said it.
I'm just saying J.
Oh, I thought you said J. It's one syllable.
It's one syllable?
I'll give it to you. Jin.
Yeah.
Jin. Yeah, you did good though. I didn't know if you'd be
Jin
able
is
to.
just the only one that I don't know what it is, but I think it is that I put RM in Jin's place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's because I see RM in myself.
Mm-hmm. You relate to RM.
I relate to RM the most, and then he's the leader. And as the older brother to my younger brother, I think I sort of just say, okay, then he's the oldest.
Okay. What is the best thing about having a mom who's into BTS?
The experiences. I feel like I don't often get out of the house enough, but out of the blue, you'll come to me with like an invite to go to the theater nearby and watch the latest movie releasing, or like lately getting tickets for 2 nights maybe.
Oh yeah, for sure.
2 nights for their world tour.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah,
that's gonna be
so
amazing.
It's all the experiences.
Yeah, it's fun because they're great. So it's fun to see. It's not just like going to the place, but like then enjoying the material, right?
Exactly.
What's the worst thing about having a mom who's into BTS?
I can't leave my room without something that you want to show me. It's either a clip, a dance thing. It's always something.
I've gotten better, right? I'm like,
because I snap.
I have one video to show you. Well, actually, 1 or 2, and then there's this other third thing I want you to see.
Like, no, you can put them all on the weekend. We'll watch 30 minutes worth.
You're like, you told me it's 30 minutes. It's 45 minutes worth of BTS. What is the best way to support an army?
I think the best way is just to not be judgmental for no reason. Even if you don't understand something, withholding judgment and being supportive is always the best place to start. For example, I prefer to listen to music that is in English because I cannot stop myself from singing along, and I like to know all the lyrics. Just because I don't often listen to their music doesn't mean I can't understand why somebody would listen to it and support that.
What would you tell someone who doesn't know BTS about them?
I would tell them to look for your own talents in them. If you sing, listen to their singing very closely and you'll realize that they can sing. and if you can dance. For example, my fiance is a dancer and I'm a singer. And when we're watching their concert movies, she's looking at different things than I am, but she appreciates them just as much. So I'd say, just if you're into comedy, watch their comedy things. Like, it's whatever you're into, you can find it within them.
That's a great answer. That's so true. That's the thing. They're so well-rounded, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're hilarious. The lyrics, if you do a deep dive into the lyrics, like I'm a lyricist.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And so I will look up the Korean lyrics and then just be blown away by what they're saying. And like I said, the music, and the singing. I love that. Look for your talents in them.
Yeah.
And you will find them. One-word answers. What comes to mind when I say sugar?
Rap.
What word comes to mind when I say Jimin?
I think dance.
What word comes to mind when I say Jungkook?
I feel like singing, but I'll let you continue if you're going to go through all of them. I feel like singing for V as well.
Yeah. What word comes to mind when I say RM?
Calm.
What word comes to mind when I say J-Hope?
Second dancing.
That'd be 2 words.
Second dash dancing.
It's hyphenated. Okay, so what word comes to mind when I say V?
I feel like singing.
What word comes to mind when I say Jin?
Let me go back to V as well, though.
Okay.
Purple for some reason.
Interesting. Oh.
I don't know why. But when I think of V, purple pops into my head.
It's perfect that the V is purple. And people can comment, and it can put a comment in the comment section about this. Have you heard me say, I purple you? You know that purple's the color.
Yeah.
When we say Borahae, that comes from V. That comes from something he said in concert.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's crazy that purple came up for you with V. Yeah, it's absolutely perfect. What comes to mind when I say Jin? The fact that you couldn't remember Jin's name.
I don't know.
I'll have to show you some more Jin.
This is your not downfall.
My fault.
This is your fault.
It's not.
It's your job to flesh this out.
We're gonna do some more Jin homework here. I'm gonna play some more Jin videos. I will have to watch some Run Jin.
I've heard of that. So Run Jin, it was one of the shows hosted by Jin.
That's right. It was Jin's show when he came out of the military. He basically carried ARMY on his back when he came out of the military. And yeah.
No, because the thing is, I know Jin.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't. I think a lot of my attention on them has been like dancing and singing and very like skill based. And so I've sort of like assigned everybody a skill. And then there's 7. So I'm like, I don't. I've done singing 1 and singing 2. I've run out of these things to give. So
Jin's kind of like.
Yeah, what would your word be?
I would say Jin is almost like a centering.
Interesting.
Yeah, Jin is almost like I would say, especially for the guys themselves, he's almost like the rug that pulls the whole thing together. Like you would never know that when you first get to know them. Because he tells dad jokes and like I said, J-Hope and Jimin, you think the dancers, right? And then you got the singers, even though Jin is one of the singers, he's known as a silver voice, like he has a beautiful voice.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of that one category, ballads I think of when I think of Jin, emotional singing, but really the linchpin. There's a thing called the linchpin, right? I feel like really he's actually that.
Interesting.
Kind of almost secretly. The rest of the guys really rely on him in some way emotionally. Maybe because he's the oldest. What word comes to mind when I say BTS?
I think longevity. I feel like they've been popular and relevant for over a decade, or about a decade.
Yeah, great work. What word comes to mind when I say BTS Army?
Passionate. Also tight-knit. I feel like as far as internet communities go, some of the most cohesive and organized.
You're very astute, my son. One word to describe their music?
This is also not going to make sense, but colorful.
Ooh, I like it. Colorful.
Yeah, I guess I can elaborate. A lot of times I sort of get a color vibe from songs, and some bands or artists have sort of similar color across the whole of their work. And I always like finding groups that have different colored songs, and that means slow, fast, different genres.
Yeah, they are one of the most diverse, if not the most diverse group in history. Literally, so that's why I can listen to them all day long. It depends on what mood I'm in. I can find something in them.
Yeah. Well, it's always Korean.
There's a lot of English in it.
That's true.
Right. So for English speakers, a lot. Like you certainly do not have to speak Korean to understand a BTS song. Euphoria. When I'm with you, I'm in Utopia. That's the chorus. If you want to go deeper, you can look into what they're saying in a verse. But I can understand what Euphoria is about. That's just a random example.
Yeah.
One word to describe their choreography.
Complex. To me, I love, and it might not be BTS specific, but the fact that they organize their choreography about who is the presenter at that moment. So it's one person is singing, then they do some moves, and then the next person is sort of appear. Like they might suddenly appear on the side where everybody suddenly frames for them, or they'll step out of the middle. Like whatever it is, it's all organized around the performance, and it's not just putting moves to the song.
Not random. Well, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
This has been fun.
Yeah.
Borhe, which means purple love. Here's to BTS and our journey together. Thanks for watching, and I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. What's your BTS journey been like? If you're ARMY, what's that journey been like? Some of your one-word answers to some of our questions, we'd love to hear them. Make sure that you comment below. Borhe!